So I have the absolute pleasure of being here with Carlene Saelg, and to give me just a minute, I'm just hold on, Carlene. I'm going to mute. Give me just a minute. I'm going to. Okay, got it. I have this funny problem with my tech. Just recently, it started playing an echo when I go live, and I haven't figured it out. So, Carlene, it is such a pleasure to chat with you. The last time I sat down and chatted with you face to face like this, we were in the middle of watching your dream begin to get fleshed out. We were doing an interview to say, what does becoming fearless look like? What was your journey? And that was our conversation. So, Carlene had a dream. And the reason that I want each one of you, if you've just popped in live, stay. If you're here for the replay, stay, because you need to hear from a woman that didn't just have an idea, didn't just have a dream, didn't think, oh, wouldn't that be cool? But she went in there and made it happen, not just for her, but for an entire circle of leaders around her. So Carlene, welcome. Thank you for fitting us into your very busy day.
Yes, awesome. Thank you so much for having me on. I really do appreciate it. And to be in your high level group as well. I know you've got some amazing coaches and leaders in your group. So I'm just thankful to be here. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Carlene. Well, it's not a small thing to carve out a bunch of time on a really busy day of the year, because tomorrow is actually, sort of in the flesh, realizing the dream. It's launch day for a brand new book. So this book it started as an idea, and each one of you listening, you've very likely had the idea of a way that you can leave legacy, that you can make an impact and a ripple that's bigger than yourself. Carlene, can you tell us how did you come up with this idea? Where did it come from? And what made you decide, frick, I'm just going to go for it?
Well, that's exactly sort of what happened. Was a decision was made internally that was just go for it thing. Okay. Because here's what's interesting about my story, that I think a lot of entrepreneurial people and I do this because the entrepreneurial mindset is something that if you haven't experienced it, if you're not an entrepreneur, you don't really get it, right? Because there's risk. We take risk, and it's calculated risk, but sometimes it's like, let me just go forward, one foot in front of the other, and whatever happens, I'm just going to stay in flow and see it through, right? And taking that inspired action is incredible as the entrepreneur. Otherwise, you get stuck in the muck, right? In the mud and the muck, and it becomes difficult to see the path forward. Mm-hmm. So what was my impetus for actually making this book happen? It was someone just saying, you should write a book. Now, this came off not necessarily as a challenge, but as, why not? You can do it. You can do anything. You are fearless, and you've proven this before. And I was like, you know what? Hell yes, I am. Let me just go ahead and do this, right? And
so great.
I just want to kind of add to that, because even in the book, in my chapter that I start off this whole project with, I talk about the decision for me when I was about to run my first marathon, right? Okay. And it's sort of the same thing. Being an entrepreneur is like running a marathon. But why did I run that first one? I was with my running group. This is when I lived in Austin, Texas. I'm now in Florida. But I had this amazing running group. It was kind of like my mastermind, my group of people, my support group. And we were just running along on the weekend, like maybe it was either a 7 or a 10-mile run. And someone was like, you should do a marathon. And at first, my gut reaction was, why the hell would anyone run a marathon?
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
And her response changed my life. Her response was, because you can.
Because you can.
She said, because you can. And that just got me thinking, there are so many people in this world who physically are unable to run, not just run a marathon, but run. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm capable, I'm strong, I'm fearless, I'm courageous, I can do all these things. And if I'm out here running this 7 or 10 mile run right now, why can't I train and take a risk and put myself out there to do something else, right? So I tell you a lot more about that whole journey in the book,
Oh
but
my
it all,
goodness, I can't wait to read it.
right, it's so exciting. And every single author in the book has an amazing story to tell. And it's not just their story, right? It's your story. Everyone who's listening, it's your story. This is all about inspiration and taking that action that requires you to be fearless and courageous and be resilient in everything that you do, because this is a journey. It is a journey of not just trying something and saying, oh, that didn't work, I fell down, let me stop, right? You're gonna fall down, you're gonna fall on your face, you're gonna have problems come up. Even in getting this project completed with this book, there has been some hiccups along the way, but did it derail me? No. You just find a way. And there came a point where I almost thought I hit the wall. You know, that's a saying, like when you're in athletics or whatever, that you've hit the wall and you just physically are exhausted, you can't go any further. And then the ones who succeed are the ones that dig deeper and find a way to get over that wall. And that's when I kind of came to the decision to just ask for help, right? Because I got to that place where I was like, there's one piece of this project that I just need help with that I cannot figure out on my own. So I put it out there to all 10 authors, like, how are we going to get past this place where I feel like I can't move forward? And someone in the group, in the authors, in the group of 10 of us, put me in contact with someone who got me over the wall, got me over that last hurdle. And here we are, ready to launch tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if anyone else is celebrating that. I don't know if it's a worldwide thing or not. I don't know.
But it's worldwide at this house.
Right? Here too. So tomorrow we are launching, and this is a really, really big deal because we have the opportunity to become bestsellers, become international bestsellers with this book. And again, it's not for personal gain necessarily. Of course, it lends authority and confidence for the authors, but really the gift is for you listening, because there's so many stories of triumph and being able to get over that last hurdle, that last hump, right? So it's really, really important for me to see this be successful, as I know it will be.
Oh, I love that. You know, so I mean, one thing that amazes me about this, because you didn't decide just to go put your story out there, but you made the decision to go and put your story out there along with 9 other people's story out there, so that if you're listening along with this, you don't just get to be inspired by one person, but you get to be inspired by 9 other people as well, 10 total, where you can go in and say, which part of that person's story do I identify with? What can I take away? What part of that? But what made you decide that this wasn't just going to be about Carlene's book? This is Carlene being fearless. This is Carlene saying, you know what, I'm fearless, but I stand with a mighty tribe of fearless people. What made you decide to sort of share this journey with the rest of us?
What an amazing question to ask, because I tell my clients this all the time, and it's about being part of a community. And especially as women entrepreneurs, we are just born and bred to have this in us, to gather people and to do life as a tribe, as you say, right? As a community. And it just makes us stronger. If you have more than one voice saying nearly the same thing, but in a different way, a different context, or a different little story, right? But the story at the end kind of all seems to be the same, because here's the thing, all 10 people have a very similar journey, and we're from all over the world.
Yes.
And it was very, very important to me to make sure that I had a larger swath of people contributing. So I really wanted to reach across and make sure that there was representation of all people, right? So it was that, not just that I connect with these people especially you, right? Because you're part of this group, you're an author. And then we have, you know,
Yeah.
people from Africa, people from Europe, people from the Middle East, people from Canada, everywhere, right? And the US. So I'm sure I missed some places in there, but it was really, really important to me. But not only that, even in having the designer who did our cover, which is amazing, by the way, right?
It is
So
a stunning cover, I have to say.
our third iteration because I just didn't
Be
feel
so
right with the
proud
ones
of it.
before it. So it was, yes, I'm very, very proud of it, but also found someone in the LGBTQ arena, or whatever you want to call that category, right? So got someone from that category to do, and it wasn't like I sought it out. It just was, the talent was there, and I was like, and how perfect that we have representation from all these different communities, right? It was fabulous.
I literally just got goosebumps on that. Honestly, I did. I yeah, and it's even choking me up. But I love the fact that we can all come together from all these different places, but we find our common humanity, we find our common blood, our common heart, our desire to move forward through the obstacles, and our desire to find out what have others done that can help us as we walk through. What have others done? And you know, we get to lean into this book and say, you know, we have incredible diversity throughout this book, from
Truly.
you know, from ages to races to everything.
Culture,
you know, the types of businesses, the niches. But what is in common is that these are people that have chosen to walk forward one step at a time, just like you did on this microcosm project of a book, doing this in life, in my life. You know, each of the authors is saying, I will continue to walk forward. I'll continue to walk forward. And I'm throwing open the doors so you can peek in and look and say, what was that like for you to walk forward through that challenge? And what can you take away from it? So, Carlene, it's just so great. Any other, you know, I know that you have like a to-do list that's crazy long today, but before you go, is there any teasers or anything else that you would like to leave with us about the book that launches?
100%. Yes, I absolutely would love to leave you with the fact that just by getting on our wait list and getting the notification
This
for
is
being
big. You guys that are listening, this is big. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, please listen up, right? This is really big because we have about $10,000 or so in bonuses that all the authors have come together and gave a piece of their so richly curated programs to be able to give to you to really, really succeed in your journey to becoming a successful coach and leader. So yeah, we have amazing things that we're giving away just by becoming or helping us to make this book a bestseller, so that all those tentacles reach out and get as many, reach into as many entrepreneurs' lives as possible, right? So
what's the best way for someone to get into that?
Yeah, so we can drop a link. I can drop a link, or you can, Beverly, on how to get on the wait list, because we will give you notification when the book goes live on Amazon. And really, this is the crux of what's going to happen, right? We need a bunch of you to buy the book, but it is a 99-cent book at first for tomorrow. It is a special discounted price for this 24 hours to help us get to bestseller status, right? But when you do that, and when you download and give us a review, these are really, really important steps. You must download the book because it's a Kindle version, then review us. And when you do that, you'll just send any one of us, you can send it to me, I'll give you the link, but you can send us a screenshot of what that review is, and you will have unlocked access to $10,000 worth of bonuses from each one of the authors. It is really, really an amazing gift to you to help you succeed. So we're kind of helping each other. Remember, it's the whole community effort again. It's that mastermind thing where women are going to change the world, right?
Completely agree. So a couple things that she said that are really important. This book launches on the 17th, March 17th, St. Patty's Day. your purchase on the 17th matters in a different way than your purchase on the 16th or the 18th, because if we can hit the bestseller status, what is really cool about that is that we become a book that Amazon is willing to recommend to other people that are looking for entrepreneurial books. What that means is that the influence of these stories goes wider and broader and further, which was ultimately the goal of every author and Carlene as a curator, to get that out there to as many people as possible. So I know if you get all excited today and say, okay, I'm going to go search and see if I can figure out how to buy it today, you might be able to. But if you can hold off until tomorrow and then put your order through, that is going to make a big difference. So go, as soon as we're off this chat, I'm going to drop the link below to the wait list. Go on the wait list because it will let you know when to go and hit buy. And we would so appreciate your support, not just for us, because I mean, yes, it will be very fun for us to say, oh, you know, the book went best selling, but the real oomph of this book, and the reason that we need that status is so that Amazon will put it at the top of the list, so that more and more and more, we want hundreds and thousands and hundreds of thousands of women to have the chance to look at our stories and say, if you can do it, I can do it.
Absolutely. That's a really important message. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up and let you get back to your busy pre-launch day. And thank you again for carving out time for us. Any final last words?
Oh my gosh, just I am a little bit in shock, really, that we have completed this project and that we're getting it out there.
I'm so proud of you.
So, I'm proud of all of us, all 10 of us, right? So still a little bit left to do, and I'm just really excited. So if we can get everyone who's listening and watching to just buy it, download it, and review it, so that we can go bestseller and get as many women to become their own source of income and to not have to rely on the corporate structure for their own income. This is the real goal that I'm trying to get. Oh, and one last thing I would love to say. Every book sold, all of the proceeds go to POLARIS, which is a nonprofit to help rescue women and children from human trafficking. And that is incredibly important in my life. And living in Florida, there is a lot of that happens. And I hear stories all the time of people who have escaped the clutches, or they've just, you know, disappeared or something like that. And I've had people in my own life who've become very, very, very close to being snatched up into that crazy world. So it's important to me that, you know, this book is not only for you to be successful as an entrepreneur, but all the money that is raised or that is sold, or, you know, that we get for this book goes to that incredibly important organization to help rescue women and children from human trafficking.
I really appreciate that, Carlene. Our family is also a family that was touched by human trafficking, and so I share this in my heart with you. So thank you very much for choosing such a great organization for us to put our shoulders behind. So, all right, and they're going to let you go off and do your thing. Hugs and love to you. For all those watching, watch for the link to drop and get your name on the wait list. It's tomorrow. It's coming up. So thanks, Carlene. Have a beautiful day, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.